Understanding salary-exempt status is crucial for both employers and employees. It affects how you're paid, your work schedule flexibility, and your legal protections under federal law. Salary-exempt refers to employees who are exempt from overtime pay requirements under the Fair Labor Standards Act, or FLSA. But being paid a salary doesn't automatically make you exempt. This is one of the most common misconceptions in employment law. To qualify as exempt, an employee must meet specific criteria established by the FLSA. Currently, the minimum salary threshold is $684 per week, which equals $35,568 annually. Below this amount, employees must be classified as non-exempt regardless of their job duties. The fundamental difference between exempt and non-exempt employees lies in overtime protection. Non-exempt employees must receive 1.5 times their regular pay rate for hours worked beyond 40 per week. They're also entitled to minimum wage protections and other rights under the FLSA. Exempt employees, on the other hand, receive the same salary regardless of how many hours they work. They don't receive overtime pay even if they work 50, 60, or 70 hours in a week. Their compensation is based on completing their job responsibilities rather than the time spent working. For an employee to be properly classified as exempt, they must pass 3 distinct tests. First is the salary level test, requiring that minimum threshold of $684 weekly. Second is the salary basis test, meaning the employee receives a guaranteed minimum amount each pay period that cannot be reduced based on work quality or quantity. The third requirement is the duties test, which is often the most complex to evaluate. Exempt positions must primarily involve executive, administrative, or professional duties as defined by the FLSA. Job titles alone don't determine exempt status. The actual day-to-day responsibilities matter most. Executive duties typically involve managing a department or subdivision, supervising at least 2 full-time employees, and having significant input on personnel decisions like hiring and firing. Administrative duties involve non-manual work related to business operations and exercising independent judgment on significant matters. Professional duties apply to work requiring advanced knowledge in fields like law, medicine, accounting, or engineering. Creative professionals like artists, writers, and musicians may also qualify if their work requires invention, imagination, originality, or talent. Many employers mistakenly believe they can simply pay someone a salary to avoid overtime. This misclassification can lead to serious legal consequences, including back pay for unpaid overtime, damages, and potential class action lawsuits. Another misconception is that employees can voluntarily waive their right to overtime pay. The FLSA is designed to protect workers, and its provisions cannot be waived even if both parties agree. The law requires proper classification based on objective criteria. Several states have established higher salary thresholds than the federal standard. California, for example, requires exempt employees to earn at least twice the state minimum wage. New York sets different thresholds based on geographic location. Employers must comply with whichever standard is more protective of employees. Exempt employees typically enjoy certain advantages. They often have more flexibility in their schedules and may be able to leave early if their work is complete. They generally receive the same pay during partial day absences and may have higher status within the organization. However, exempt status also comes with limitations. These employees have no legal right to overtime compensation, regardless of how many hours they work. During busy periods, they may work significantly more than 40 hours while receiving the same pay. Employers can legally require exempt employees to work as many hours as needed to complete their responsibilities. Non-exempt employees have stronger legal protections regarding their work hours and compensation. They must be paid for all time worked, including any overtime. Employers must maintain accurate time records for these workers and cannot ask them to work off the clock. For employers, proper classification is essential to avoid legal liability. This includes conducting thorough job analyses, maintaining accurate job descriptions, and staying updated on changing regulations. Periodic audits of employee classifications are recommended, especially when job duties evolve over time. When determining which status is better, it depends on individual circumstances. Exempt positions typically offer higher base salaries and more autonomy, but may require unpredictable hours. Non-exempt roles provide guaranteed overtime pay and stronger wage protections, but may offer less flexibility and lower base compensation. Both exempt and non-exempt employees are taxed the same way on their income, and generally have the same eligibility for unemployment benefits if they lose their jobs. Both classifications are also entitled to workplace protections like safety regulations and anti-discrimination laws. Understanding the distinction between exempt and non-exempt status is vital for navigating employment relationships. For employees, it affects work-life balance and compensation structure. For employers, proper classification is necessary to maintain legal compliance and avoid costly penalties.